Hey there, it's me again, and we're back for the seventh in a series of beginner guitar lessons, and hope you're keeping up with everything okay. Today, our goal is to play through the whole song, Teach Your Children. Before we do that, we're going to warm up, and this is always a good idea to do before you start playing through a song. The temptation is just to want to play the song, of course. But you defeat yourself if you don't work on those parts first that need the work. For instance, in this song, especially in the chorus, there's that little section with the two E minors, the C and the D, where everything suddenly comes up real fast, and most people can't get to the C, let alone the one strum of D, for a while. So that little section we'll work on. But before we do that, we're also going to practice just warming up with the first four chords. We've got 2 G's, 2 C's, 2 G's, and 2 D's. What I would recommend too is, instead of just starting with 2 of them, try 4 of them. So 4 G's, 4 C's, 4 G's, 4 D's, just to get yourself back into the strum pattern and used to the transitions. So try that first. We're going to start with 2. So let's go to G. Find your G. And we'll start nice and slow. Here we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then to C. 4, 1, 2. Then we're back to G. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then to D. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And okay, so if you need to do that, 2 or 3 times, please do stop it and just work on that series of chords first. But we're going to move on now to the chorus, where we have the 2 E minors. So there's 2 of those, 2 full strum patterns of E minor, 1 strum pattern of C, and then just that 1 strum of D. So we're going to work on that one now. We might do it a couple of times. So we're starting with the E minor. That's easy enough. And if you need to, just practice switching the chords. So we're going from E minor to C and then to D. It's always worth just focusing on that hand and doing that a few times if you need to. All right, so let's find E minor. Thank goodness for easy chords like that. Every now and then they show up, so they're not all hard chords. Okay, so we're going to do 2 full strum patterns of E minor, 1 of C, and 1 strum of D. Here we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, then to C. 1, 2, 3, and then to D. 1 strum like that. Most people have trouble getting to the C, let alone just that 1 strum of D. We'll do it one more time before we start the whole song. Here we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, then to C. 2, 3, and 1 strum of D. All right. So do that a few times first, but we're going to actually go back to the beginning of the song now and play through the whole thing slowly. Now, you might find you need to go a little faster at some point, but that's great. This is just for everybody who needs to go slowly for the time being. Eventually, we'll go faster through this one. Okay. So starting with G, and here we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and U. who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. 3 and 4 and 1. Now we're on to the second verse. Teach your children well, their father's hell will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams. The one they picks, the one you'll know by. Good. Here we come to the chorus. So we're back to G. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them. Here comes the E minor and sigh. Okay, then the one strum pattern of C, 1, 2, and one strum of D, and no to G. They love you. So there's 2 G's, and then the next line we go to the 2 C's, just like part of a verse. Then back to G, and then to D. Okay, now we're on to the next verse. And you of tender years can't know the fears that your elders grew by, and so please help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die. slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picks, the one you'll know by. Okay, now we're at the last chorus. Back to G. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh. So the two E minors, here comes the C, C2, and one strum of D, and know they love you, and then one last strum. There you go. There's the song. So if you don't know it, well, it's a nice song, so you can learn it. Now, it's worth, playing that through at that tempo many times to sort of get used to the transitions. You'll find that you'll want to speed up. That's what we all do, is we speed up over time. In fact, even at the end of that song, I was probably playing it a little faster than I was at the beginning. The idea is, though, to keep it as slow as you can, so you can make those transitions. Before we go, I'm going to actually show you one more thing, and that is a new strum pattern. So eventually we are going to play the next song. Our next big hit is going to be a song called Bad Moon Rising. You might know this one. That's also an older song, but it's from CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival. And this one has a different strum pattern. Now, I'm teaching you this now, but if you're not ready for it, then just stop and go back over what we've been doing first. The reason I'm teaching you a new strum pattern so early on is because what happens to a lot of people, especially who are teaching themselves, is that they get into what I call the strum rut, in that you keep playing the same strum for everything. That's not necessarily a bad thing unless you get to a song which has a totally different feel to it. And if we learn a new strum early on, then you get used to the idea of hearing different rhythms, so that when we come to songs that are different that way, that's not such a challenge. So I've got the song here. The strum pattern is at the bottom. And you'll notice what's different about it is we're just missing that first up strum. So this one right here. So it starts off the same. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's the only difference. Besides that, the fact that it actually has a little bit of a different swing feel to it. So I'll explain that in a second. But if you go to my website, you can find this song and print it out, or look at it on your screen, and you can see this strum pattern at the bottom. So the strum pattern sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So we're not doing 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and, which was similar to the last strum we did. We're just missing that extra little up strum. So 3 down strums, 2, 3, and 4, and now the swing feel that I was talking about, it's instead of when you're strumming normally, the last strum we were doing was just 1, 2, and 3, and 4, We could also play that a little differently with the swing feel. It sounds like this: 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and you hear the difference? So here's the first one: 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and here's the second one: 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and it's almost like the downstrokes are a little heavier. They're slightly longer, and that's what gives it that swing feel. So in this particular song, we've definitely got that swing feel, and we've just got that one little difference in the strum pattern: 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so before we go, we're just going to do it without any chords. You try it with me, and we'll just do it in a loop over and over again until you sort of get the feel of it. Okay, so here we go: 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 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 2, 3. I'm going to stop counting now. 1. One more. Okay, so eventually in this song now, if I play it a little fast, you can almost hear the song. I see the bad moon rising. Yes, we're going to be playing that. Sounds impossible, but maybe not at that speed right away. So practice that strum pattern. Just do it over and over and over. Write it down if you need to, but if you can print out the sheet, that will help you to sort of get, be able to visualize it, to be able to see it. But being able to hear it is the main thing, just hearing that little groove going. So the next time around, we're going to start working on Bad Moon Rising. I will see you then.